Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. It's that time of the year when I give you guys my top 20 oud fragrances of 2022. You guys know how I love my ouds. This video is delayed. Obviously, last year I dropped you guys a video in December giving you guys my top 20 ouds because 2022 was the year that I discovered oud and I was crazy about oud. Like I'm telling you, I am in love. There is no other spectacular note more than oud. The only other note that really gets people excited is cherry. And you know, oud is that note for me. Oud is to me what that cherry note is to 2022, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving you guys my top 20 oud fragrances of 2022. If you guys have not yet seen my top 20 oud fragrances of 2021, I'm gonna pop the link to the top right here or to here at the top right here, so you guys can check that video out. That video was like, I really enjoyed every single fragrance in that video. But this year, I want to say my list has changed a little bit. I would say it has changed a little bit. I don't know if it changed a lot. You guys would have to tell me. Like, I haven't even like checked my last video to see if all the fragrances, like, coming back in the same lineup. There are a few new discoveries here, a few new releases here, and I don't remember what fragrances I dropped from last year's list. So yeah, this year though, whew, I'm gonna give it to you like this. I'm gonna give you my top 10 to the bottom, which is gonna be oud fragrances with a oud combination, where the oud note is present but it's not like in your face. Okay, and these selections, they're gonna be oud fragrances that have a lot more going on in them. So there's a lot of vibes going on to it. Very tolerable oud, easy to wear kind of oud, vibes the type of oud. And then my next 10 is gonna be like oud. It's gonna be like oud all in your face. It's like oud, like my top 10 ouds of like right now, my top 10 ouds like ever right now. Okay, so if you guys are interested in seeing my top 20 ouds of 2022, then by all means keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And remember, your subscription helps my channel. It helps to let YouTube know that you guys are enjoying my content, enjoying my videos. So please, if you guys are watching my video, don't just watch, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit the notification bell. That way you can chop it up with me in the comment section on every single video that I drop. All right, let's get on to the most exciting video that I drop annually on my channel. So, okay. So, not only I'm going to give you guys my top 20, I'm ranking these babies, you guys. That is it. I am ranking them from 20 go down to 1. So yeah, stick and stay if you guys want to see what my number 1 scent is. But I'm giving you the fragrance that I would place it, in 20 place, as in like, out of all of the 20 oud fragrances that I'm going to tell you guys about, this one I would say I like it, but it's definitely not the highlight of this list. Okay, and I actually think this was my number 20 fragrance last year as well. I really do believe it. I haven't even checked, but yeah, the first fragrance coming in at number 20 is Battle Oud by Lattafa. So this is an inspired version of Oud for Greatness. Oud for, right, so this is oud for glory. I think it's oud for greatness. Okay, this is a spicy saffron lavender woody oud smelling fragrance, okay, with a very prominent presence of leather. In my opinion, there is a slight somewhat soapiness, a soapy, fresh, spicy, clean essence to this fragrance. The oud in here for me is downplayed a lot. Okay, it's so strange that when people talk about this fragrance, they say it smells like really oudy. Like, the oud in here is downplayed. A lot of spice, a lot of lavender. It's a oud, but you get the leather. But you get like a woody, dusty leather, like a worn out leather. It feels like how this bottle feels. So this bottle has somewhat of a leathery vibe to it. A lot of leather, a dusty, a little bit earthy, slightly green leather, a very like dusty, broken in leather vibe with the essence of oud, lavender, and saffron. This is a beautiful fragrance, okay? It's way off from Baccarat Rouge. And it's so funny because um I kind of went along with the saying that this fragrance smells like Baccarat Rouge. It does remind you of Baccarat Rouge, but that dusty, prominent leather, woody, oody vibe in here, so it's way off from, you know, Baccarat Rouge in my opinion. But within its own right, this is a beautiful fragrance. It is a nice perfume. It is not the highlight of Ouds that I have in my collection, hence why it's coming at number 20. Again, I think it was rated number 20. It was ranked at number 20 last year. It's a nice fragrance, a solid perfume. Again, comes from the Lattafa brand. Literally spent about 35 quid to get this baby on eBay. And while I love this fragrance, I am happy to say to you that I would never pay 270 for the original version, okay? No, I wouldn't. But this is a bomb ass scent for the price, the packaging, the vibe. This is a really sexy vibe. I'm not gonna lie. It is a nice fragrance, but I love oud. Oud. You know that kind of way? So Battle Oud is coming in at the number 20 spot. Coming in at number 19 is Ragba Wood Intense by Lattafa. You guys know how I feel about my Lattafa fragrances. There's just oud in galore, a lot of beautiful scents in galore. And this is a sweet caramel, woody, spicy, oudy smelling fragrance. It smells like a very it smells airy, okay? It smells like a light wood. For me, you know what comes to mind? First of all, the bottle looks like the inside of a brand spanking new Mercedes-Benz. You know the combination of Mercedes-Benz car mixing with the wood and leather vibe? That's the vibe that I get from this fragrance, okay? The fragrance is very woody dominant. You get it's more woody than oud, but you get the essence of the oud to the extent that the essence of the oud smells like burning wood in this fragrance. Of course, you have those sweet elements in here. You get the caramel, the vanilla, the oud in here. So it's beautiful. The sweetness in this fragrance, it is beautiful. Okay, it's an intense version, but it's not a dense fragrance. It's not a dense fragrance. It's an airy, woody fragrance that is thoroughly enjoyable in my opinion. And while it hasn't like caramel in the top note, it is not a cloying scent, which is what I enjoy the most. It's a refreshing, beautiful oud scent in my opinion. Beautiful fragrance that if there's anything worth having from Lattafa, you guys, this is one of them. You need to get your hands on some of these Lattafa fragrances, like the magic, the beauty that's in this particular scent. So this is Ragba Wood Intense by Lattafa. Next up in the number 18 spot, we have Chic Out Shuyuk by Lattafa. Now, I don't remember like the full lineup last year, but I do recall that this was way up the list, okay? Now, I do love this fragrance, but I had an experience with this scent that really scared me. It was like so strong. Like I wore this perfume and it nearly knocked me out. I had to go and take a shower like 5 o'clock in the morning to wash it. It's a really big fragrance. That's a little bit scary, but it is most definitely an absolute pleasure to wear. It is such a strong fragrance. This is a rose caramel oudy woody amber vanilla smelling fragrance. The rose in here is quite prominent, okay? This has slight resemblance to Oud Bouquet, but it's airier. It's airier and it tricks you. It makes you think like, yeah, just go crazy with it. Just spray it away. And then it creeps up on you and it just like, it could knock you out. It's a really, yeah, the rose is quite prominent. The funny thing about it is that I didn't get that rose. I didn't realize that the rose was playing such a big part of this fragrance last year, I would say. But this year, smelling this fragrance again after such a long time, I would say this scent, you get the rose, the wood, the oud, the vanilla. There's some amber in here. So you definitely get the cinnamon and the saffron. Those two notes are playing a very big role. The cinnamon, the saffron, of course, combining with the rose, playing a very big role in this scent. It does have in, you know, the caramel and the vanilla and the woody elements in here. So again, even though it sounds quite similar to Ragba Wood Intense, these fragrances are completely different fragrances, you guys. Not as dusty and as dark as, you know, Oud Bouquet, but it is most definitely a very strong, punchy, a little bit it's not really obnoxious, but it's just an overtaking type of fragrance. It's not obnoxious scent, but it's that type of fragrance that if you spray it in a room, it will take over the entire room, completely fill up the room. So Chic Al Chic by Lattafa is coming in at the number 18. So coming in at the number 17 spot, we have Ragbar, you guys, by Lattafa. And this is the fragrance that started my obsession into oud. This is the fragrance, you guys. This is incense, vanilla, sugar, and oud. That's what I get. Incense, vanilla, sugar, and oud. A beautiful, boozy, intoxicating, dark, oudy, incense, vanilla smelling fragrance. Beautiful perfume that wears beautifully. Okay, it smells so intoxicating, you guys. It is an addictive scent. The only reason why I'm listing it in the the lower 10 half is because the oud in here so is not amped up that much. This fragrance is all about incense and wood. You get the sweetness from the vanilla, and the oud is in the backdrop. This is more incense and wood. You definitely get the oud. It's definitely there, but that oud is not like raging. Instead, this is a very interesting smelling fragrance. It's one of those most beautiful Middle Eastern scents that you could ever come across out there in the perfume industry. And as you guys know, for me, Middle Eastern fragrances, they just have a very special scent to it, a very special note profile or scent profile that to me is just so spectacular. It's different, it's unique, it stands out. And I truly appreciate, Lattafa and Middle Eastern fragrances for that, because I love fragrances that have a lot of oomph. I love perfumes that have a lot of oomph. In comparison to all the fragrances in my collection, Western and Middle Eastern, Ragbar is like, it's like out there. It's like one of the best and very much interesting scent profiles in my collection. But this is a top 20 oud dominant lineup video, which is why this fragrance is coming in at the number 17 spot. Coming in at the number 16 spot, we have Kylie's Invite Only Amber 23, you guys. And you guys know how I feel about this fragrance. This is just a bottle of sexiness for me, but not only is it a bottle of sexiness, it has in that lovely note of oud. All right, this is your sexy, intoxicating, syrupy, sweet cherry, tobacco, oud, chocolatey, hazelnut, syrupy, sweet smelling fragrance with the essence of oud. It is creamy. You get the cherry and the tobacco very prominently here, so it is syrupy. It's a beautiful smelling fragrance, you guys. It has an essence of vanilla as well. A very generous dose of sweetness. What a bottle of sexiness. You guys are probably tired of hearing me refer to this fragrance as a bottle of sexiness. When I say I love this perfume, I love this fragrance to death. I do recall including this fragrance in last year's video. I think I most definitely did. It's come back in this year in this year's video. I would say it's more or less in the same spot that it was in last year, because again, the oud is there, but it's just an underlying note, an underlying presence in this particular fragrance. There's so much more going on in this scent, but I do believe that the oud in here so adds a bit more special touch to this particular perfume. Kylie put everything that, sugar and spice, and that's nice in this particular fragrance, you guys. So Kylie Invite Only Amber 23 is coming in at the number 16 spot. Next up, we have Calimat by Arabian Oud, you guys. And this brand is known for their top tier niche oud scents. Like, in the wall of ouds, this brand offers you what they refer to as niche oud fragrances. A lot of people, when they source Middle Eastern scents and they get them from Amazon, they don't give the fragrance their props, because obviously it is from inspired brands or what fragrances. And yeah, they're really, really impressive. I heard about this fragrance and I knew that I had to have it in my collection. This is a beautiful smelling fragrance. This is sweater weather. This is fall. This is winter. This is everything nice like sugar and spice, you guys. This fragrance, it has in some blueberry, some anise, cashmere wood, vanilla, amber, and some woody touches in here. It doesn't list oud, but there is most definitely some oud in this fragrance, okay? However, I will say to you, even though I'm so starstruck and crazy over the fragrances from Arabian Oud, when I smell this perfume, it just didn't give me a lot of oud. I didn't get like oud. Didn't get the oud that I wanted. That was craving because I like my ouds to be in your face. I don't like subtle ouds. When I want oud, when I tell y'all I want oud, when I say I want a fragrance with oud, I want it to have in some oud. And this one is a very beautiful blend. It's a really beautiful blend of warm, a little bit spicy, sweet, woody, vanilla touches in my opinion. It wears beautifully. Again, this fragrance is a so if you guys have tried Oud Nude by Guerlain, which is one of the newest releases, it smells identical to Calumet, you guys. Everything about that fragrance. And this is such a beautiful scent, a unique scent in my opinion. Well, in the wall of, when it comes to Western fragrances, in comparison to Western fragrances, it smells quite unique. But obviously, this is somewhat of a typical combination when it comes to Middle Eastern fragrances. It is a beautiful one at that. Quite characterful, very interesting, and I am always in the mood to wear this fragrance because there's a warmth to the scent. This is, in my collection, in my opinion, the epitome of sweater weather, type of fragrance. So coming in at the number 14 spot is Bay for Life, and this is my Amir Al Oud Intense, you guys. You guys, if you frequent my channel, then you know how I feel about this perfume. This is the best Lattafa fragrance. I just said this is the best Lattafa fragrance that you can purchase, okay? This is your burnt, sugary, woody, oud, vanilla smelling fragrance. A burnt, sugary, woody, oud, vanilla fragrance. It gives you like there is like the wood in here, so it's a bit smoky. The wood in here, so is a bit smoky. It smells like burning wood. It smells like burning sugar, wood, oud, and vanilla. Beautiful smelling fragrance. One of the most interesting Middle Eastern fragrance I've ever come across. Like the most interesting, captivating Middle Eastern fragrance. The oud in here so adds something a lot more spectacular to me. Again, this is a perfume that's meant to be inspired by the fireplace. Okay, by the fireplace is flat compared to this perfume. This here so has the presence of ooh, just amped up in it, that kind of way. However, it is coming in at the number 14 spot because there's so much more going on in this fragrance. Even though in comparison to By the Fireplace, this is still amped up a little bit more. The oud and the woody notes is still amped up a little bit more. There's so much more going on in this fragrance. So oud isn't the main player. It is a main feature, but there are a lot of main features in this fragrance because that burnt, sugary, woody element in here so is starring, is shining, and what makes it special is the oud. So we got quite a few stars in this fragrance, making it an absolutely beautiful smelling fragrance. This is a for lifer in my collection because this scent is intoxicating, it is addictive, it is beautiful, it is fall, it is winter. It is just a love for me, but it is coming at the number 14 spot because there is so much more going on in this fragrance, and this is top 20 ouds of 2022. So this is Amir Al Oud Intense by Lattafa. Coming in at the number 13 spot is a Pretty Girl oud scent. Okay, this is Oud Rosewood by Dior, and you know Dior, you know how Dior does it. This is a clean, sophisticated, citrusy, a little bit fruity, woody oud scent. Okay, it smells like a powdery, woody oud scent. It smells like money and rose. I tell you, it smells expensive. Okay, this is not a fragrance. No, there are some animal notes in here. So the oud in here, so it's not tame. It's present. Okay, the oud in here is definitely present. Okay. Behind all of that sophisticatedness in this fragrance, that powdery, a little bit clean, expensive smelling rose and oud vibes in here, so is that slightly animalic oudy vibes in here. The oud in here, so it just like, I like the way they did this fragrance. They westernized this scent. They made it, because a lot of, Western perfume wearers, they don't like really strong, true ouds. So he made it as Western as possible, but there is just a very prominent presence of like those animalic notes in here, so and the oud. And when you wear this fragrance, again, it's not in your face, it's not screechy, hence why it's being, it's coming at the number 13 spot. But when it lingers on your skin, it smells expensive. It smells expensive. It smells like expensive, exquisite, clean girl vibes with the essence of oud. And I like that Francois kind of gave us the best of both worlds, but still, kind of like mainstream at the same time. So Oud Rosewood is coming in at the number 13 spot. You guys, coming in at the number 12 spot is Oud Satin Mood by MFK. Now, you guys are probably thinking to yourself, like, is she crazy? Is she on drugs? Did she just list Oud Satin Mood on a top 20 video at number 12? I damn well did, because Oud Satin Mood is so sweet. Now let me tell you something, right? One of the things that attracted me to this fragrance is how impressive this scent is. Okay, the oud, the rose, the violet, the patchouli, the woody elements in here, so the spicy touches in here. So this is a masterpiece of a fragrance. The projection, it is loud, it is in your face, but what he has done is he has made it like a jammy sweet rose, a jammy sweet powdery rose that kind of calmed down the oud. And he calmed down the oud, but the oud is still raging, it's still roaring, but it's underneath all of that syrupy, sweet, powdery, jammy sweetness. And when it projects with that sweetness attached to it, that powderiness attached to it, that woody patchouli essence attached to it. So the oud is there, but it's like it's covered and it's combined, it's mixed. This is an immaculate fragrance, beautifully blended. However, because of it's not the oud in here, so it's there, but it's like it's coupled with so much more that's like shining in this fragrance. So it's a beautiful oud scent, but there's so much more going on in this fragrance. So this fragrance will be coming in at the number 12 spot in my list. So this is Oud Satin Mood by MFK. Coming in at the number 11 spot, we have Opulent Oud by Lattafa. We're roughing it up a little bit now, okay? We're getting, we're getting untamed, we're getting punchy, we're getting in your face type of oud. And this is Opulent Oud by Lattafa. Like the name implies, is a spicy, saffron, woody, oudy, caramel, vanilla, dusty, ambery, woody smelling fragrance. Okay, it smells like there is a smokiness in this fragrance, but it smells more like fire. You smell like burnt wood mixing with the oud and the saffron and the vanilla and the caramel. It smells dusty. This is a dark fragrance. It is dark, it is woody, it is not exactly dense. It just has the scent of burning wood. So you get burning wood and oud with spices and a lot of sweetness. You get the caramel, and even though the caramel is in this fragrance, it's not making this perfume too cloying or too thick. This is not thick. This is just heavy. It's heavy, dusty, woody, and oudy. You get the amber and the vanilla and the spices, okay? This is a big boy. This is a fragrance that lasts. This is a true Middle Eastern scent profile that is very attractive. Now, a lot of people describe it as not being a safe blind buy. It's not exactly a safe blind buy. It definitely smells like it's giving me like old money vibes. Definitely giving me old money type of vibes. Okay, but yeah, this scent is coming in at the number 11 spot because this is the border. This is the top 10 of my somewhat tame, well received, easy to wear oud fragrances. I have become so acquainted with this scent. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's easy to wear. It's that fragrance that I wear when I want you to smell me. When I sit next to you, I want you to smell my presence. I want you to know that I'm in the room. This is the one that I wear. But now we're going over to those oud fragrances where the blend is off balance, but it's off balance for a reason, because the oud is in your face just the way I like it. So let's get on top 10 more best oud fragrances in my collection. All right, Coming in at the number 10 spot is True Oud by Carolina Herrera. You guys, the name gives it away altogether, okay? When I smell this fragrance, I didn't know what to expect, okay? But they literally just gave you oud in a bottle. They gave you oud, okay? Now this is like borderline, like not being safe, because again, this fragrance resembles fragrances that I'm gonna list further up in this list, okay? Just to tell you, to give you the vibe of this perfume. This is true oud, no doubt, okay? This, it has in some woody elements, some spicy elements. There is myrrh, patchouli, moss. There is Thailand oud and akigalawood in this fragrance. This is just oud. This is oud and more. This is oud and more with a tiny hint of sweetness in here. There is some saffron and some freesia in this fragrance. The freesia right here is the only thing that's stopping this perfume from being just pure oud, okay? And I love it, okay? And when I tell you I love this fragrance, this is that perfume you go to sleep with, you wake up in the morning, it's projecting. It's like while you're sleeping, you're laying in your bed, you cover yourself down, it's under the bed, creating a cloud with you. This is true oud. Like the name says, this is oud in your face. It's not coming off obnoxious. It just has this animalic oudy scent to it. You know when you smell oud and it smells like just before it's refined and smells like the Western oud. This is that oud where you know it's like it's not a refined oud. That's what you're getting in this perfume. It is heavy, it is strong, and that freesia is what's giving it that playfulness, that ability for you to kind of like find it easy to wear, because otherwise than that, this is straight up just oud in your face, and I love it, you guys. So yeah, this is a fragrance that I discovered not too long ago in 2022, and it is coming in at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we have Oud Abramad by BDK, and I recently rediscovered this perfume, and when I smelled it, I had to have it. Nobody's talked about this perfume, and that's because it smells like old dusty money. Okay, this is like old money. It smells like a rich old man that wears khaki pants and khaki leather shoes, and he only wears like earthy color clothing. You know, the type of rich men that walk like them heavy with money, but they're just old and they're just rich and maybe even a little bit grumpy. This is what this perfume smells like. I know that sounds a little bit bad, but for me, if you like oud, if you this is like chic oud. This is like old money type of oud, like old money type of oud. This is how it smells. Okay, this has in saffron, ginger, has in some labdanum, some oud, guaiac, has in some incense, and also has in some rose. So obviously in the opening you have your saffron and ginger. You're getting your spices in here, so it's definitely spicy. Of course, it's a typical Middle Eastern rose and oud and saffron type of combination, but it has a lot of labdanum in here, so a lot of patchouli, a lot of guaiac wood inside of here. So the saffron is also quite strong, but it's not a saffron like in MFK fragrance at all. This is old money. This is like this is what it smells like to me. This fragrance smells like old money. It smells a little bit dusty and all. But if you love oud, if you love that Middle Eastern vibe, if you love like chic type of vibes, if you love that true Middle Eastern feel, this is it. This is that vibe. I love it. It speaks to me. It talks to me. And when I smelled this fragrance at the counter, I just knew that I had to have it. So this is Oud Aromat coming in at the 9th spot. So coming in at the number 8 spot, this is like Arabian oud. This is like an Arabian princess type of oud scent. Maybe no, this is a rich auntie. And the next one I'm telling you guys about is like the princess, the Arabian princess. But this is rich, you know, Arabian auntie type of vibe. And this is Santal Royale by Guerlain. This is a spicy cinnamon, rose, and oud scent. There are some leathery touches in here, so, but this smells like money. Okay, Oud Abramad smell like old dusty money. But this is rich auntie. This is like that rich auntie, old money, but it's more like a mature womanly type of scent. But when you smell its fragrance, it smells like money, but it's a lot more feminine than Oud Abromad because it has those citrusy elements in here. So some cinnamon, it has some peach in here, rose, oud. Okay, even though it has some leathery elements in here, so it's not like amped up. It just kind of comes off kind of metallic in that kind of way. It comes off metallic, but when you smell this fragrance, it's oud. The top note in this fragrance here, so the top accord in this scent is oud mixing with that rose, and of course they've added all those other notes to make it a little bit more feminine in my opinion, because this is very much a unisex scent, but it smells like a rich auntie. It smells like your rich auntie from Dubai. That's what the scent smells like. Your rich chick auntie from Dubai. She's well dressed, well kept. She looks like money, okay? And she ain't got to say. That's that's that kind of Dubai, well kept woman type of vibe, like wealth. That's what this fragrance smells and kind of feel like. It smells like wealth, a wealthy woman type of vibe. So this is Santa Royale coming at the number 8 spot. This is a beautiful oud scent, a very much like iconic oud fragrance from Guerlain. I think that this fragrance came in high up in this spot in my last video as well, because like this is just like an indisputable one of the top oud scents in the perfume industry in my opinion. And again, it's coming at the number 8 spot. Next up, we have So Al Shayla by Swiss Arabian. Now, this is Arabian princess vibes, okay? This is not giving you the mature vibes like Santal Royale, but it's not like it's not like a youthful scent by any means, but it's a lot more playful. It's lot more chic, a lot more like a little more appealing. Okay, this one gives you rich auntie vibe, and this just gives you Arabian princess. Okay, this is a sweet rose oud, citrusy, spicy patchouli, amber, vanilla fragrance. There are some citrusy elements in here, so that makes this fragrance smell like a princess, but you get the oud. I would say to you, we have two different price points, because this is like £100 at this point, and this here, so you can get this off a good old-fashioned Amazon, but this gives you oud. It gives you a sweet, citrusy, spicy oud vibe. It's playful, but it gives you that true feel of Arabian vibes, Middle Eastern vibes. Just like the bottle, it gives you that, that chick, young Arabian princess vibe, very glamorous, very pretty. And even though, she's reserved, she's still colorful, still very eye-catching and beautiful, you guys. This is the vibe that this fragrance creates, and it is an absolutely beautiful oud scent. If you just want to break out into ouds, you need to try this fragrance. So I'll share it by Swiss Arabian. It gives you a really true feel of that really exciting oud, not the scary oud, because Oud Abromad leans more, on that like dusty oud vibe, but this is giving you Arabian princess vibe, and Santal Royale is giving you rich auntie from Dubai kind of vibe, you guys. So this is So Al Shayla by Swiss Arabian, coming in at the number 7 spot. So coming in at the number 6 spot is the beloved Oud Bouquet by Lancome. Now, you've heard me talk about this baby. This is a classic. This is an icon, okay? This is like, she stand out like Miss Wall right now. Oud Bouquet is that rose and oud, praline, vanilla, a little bit woody smelling fragrance. It's a dark rose, oud, and praline combo. Very dark rose and oud praline combo. It is strong. It is intoxicating. It is heavy. It will give you a really big headache if you wear this fragrance in the summertime. This is a hell of a fragrance. This is a big boy, okay? This is like, again, this is Miss Wall in the wall of ouds. It's a beautiful fragrance. She is very much on the heavier side. Very strong oud fragrance, okay? I would say it has slight resemblance of the true oud, but the true oud is still a little bit more playful because of that freesia. The sweetness in the true oud just makes it a lot more playful. This is a lot more serious. This is the fragrance that your mother-in-law of that rich, chic, Arabian prince that you're marrying to, that's the perfume that the mother-in-law is going to be wearing. Oud Bouquet. It smells expensive. It's mature. It's a big boy. It sets a tone. It has a command. It gets you compliments. This is oud, but it's still, it's like a dark, mature oud in my opinion. Like even in the true oud, that oud is like it's raging. It's a little bit bold. It's in your face. This one, it hasn't the oud, but it's still like again, it's like money, but reserved money in my opinion. So this is Oud Bouquet coming in at the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5th spot is a favorite of mine. This fragrance was also mentioned in last year's video because this is one of the like, this is one of my most favorite oud fragrances in my collection. Okay, so you would always hear me talk about this scent. It would always come in my top 10 ouds. And this is Gold Oud by Mancera, you guys. This is a spicy, citrusy, rimey, zesty rose oud vanilla scent. It smells like, you get the rose. It just has a nice, it has a nice fizziness to this perfume. Okay, you definitely get the rose. There's some saffron in here, so as well there is some bergamot, mandarin, lemon, and orange, and what you get from it is like a zesty, citrusy, rimey essence from the mandarin orange and the bergamot and the lemon, and I love it. It's just like really different. It's spectacular for me. It's powdery. You get the oud, but it's coupled really nicely with these notes. And like I said to you, there's not many fragrances that you come across that has like a rimey, zesty, citrusy vibe to it. It is beautiful. It is playful. It is interesting. It is exciting. It is very different and very unique in my opinion. Nothing like this. I don't come across much scents like this. However, the oud in here, like I said to you guys earlier, when I told you about true oud, the oud in here, okay, no, not this one. The oud in here so comes quite similar to the oud in here. So you kind of have an idea of the type of oud that Carolina Herrera is giving you guys. So this is a fairly new fragrance. A lot of people aren't talking about true oud, but you guys know Mancera. You know the name, you know the vibe, you know what Mancera brings to the table. Mancera gives you that, you know, that risky oud type of scent, and the oud in here so it's quite similar to the oud in true oud. So you know, because a lot of times high-end brands, when they give you oud, they give you a refined, you know, westernized oud. Carolina Herrera did not come to play with their oud, and I'm really happy about that because I'm really skeptical. The price point on this is about 4 times that of this. Okay, but as you guys saw, this one came in at the number 10 or 11 spot, and this one is coming in at the number 5 spot because this just gives you the oud in the right spot, you know, that kind of way. So yeah, my Mancera Gold Oud, I told you guys about this fragrance last year, and it did come high up on the list because this is one of my most favorite ouds. The combination, the blend, the riminess, the zestiness in here is so different, mixing with the rose and the oud is very different, and I love that generous dose of oud in this particular scent. Very interesting fragrance from Mancera. So this is Mancera Gold Oud coming in once again at the number 5th spot. Next up we have Meher from Lattafa, and this is another fragrance that most definitely came in, I think it came in a 2nd place last year, at a 2nd or 3rd place last year on my top 20 oud fragrances. It's a beautiful fragrance. Okay, now this is a spicy, citrusy rose and oud combination. Okay, a spicy, citrusy, sweet rose and oud combination. Now, I'm not quite sure if there are any notes for this fragrance on the internet, but this is a pretty much, it's a spicy, citrusy, sweet, a little bit warm, oudy fragrance. Beautiful fragrance, very interesting, very complex, very different, very multidimensional. But the oud in here, once again, to give you a much more accurate picture, these fragrances smell more or less alike. You can definitely tell that there are some fruity elements in the opening of this fragrance, but again, it comes off like a warm, sweet, spicy, citrusy, fruity, oody fragrance. I want to say, I would say there are some I feel like there's some incense in here so as well. There are some dark woody, almost smoky notes in the base of this perfume. But to give you a very true idea of how this scent smells and the quality of the scent and how good this fragrance is, it smells similar to True Oud. These perfumes, the oud in here also smell almost the same. Like, I'm scared to say exactly the same because the price tag on this again is about 6 times that of this. But these two fragrances smell alike. Like, they smell a lot alike, you guys. Like, a lot alike. And I'm telling you, this is from eBay for like £35, and this is a part of the confidential line from Carolina Herrera. But this is a big boy oud. This one here, this fills up a room. This is intoxicating. It is like crazy. It's in your face. It's spectacular. It's out there. It's punchy. It's strong. This is a big boy. This is the epitome of a big boy. It is quite unique in my opinion. Other than this, fragrance smells quite similar to it. This one still has a deeper fruity note. I think there's raspberries in here, so this one has a deeper, richer, fruity note in the heart of it, whereas this one smells more warmer, spicier, and the oud is a little bit more amped up in my opinion, you guys. So my head is coming in at the number 4th spot on this year's lineup. All right, so we are down to the top 3 ouds of all ouds. The top 3 ouds in my perfume collection. And I gotta say, they're looking quite similar to last year's lineup. I cannot remember which one was number 1 last year, but this is like the ouds of all ouds. The bestest, most outstanding, punchy ouds of all ouds in my perfume collection. And on to number 3, we have Oud Mood by Lattafa, you guys. A big boy, one of the most well-known oud fragrances from the Middle Eastern brand Lattafa, okay? And this is a amber, woody, spicy, oudy, patchouli smelling fragrance. This is a beautiful, prominent oud scent. There's some rose, saffron, pimento, some patchouli in here, so that's quite prominent. Some incense, caramel, vanilla in here, so very prominent notes in this fragrance. This is a beautiful offering from Lattafa. It gives you oud, you guys. Like, it gives you like real oud vibes in my opinion. Obviously, because of the price point, the oud is a little bit synthetic. It's synthetic, but if you want a fragrance that gives you oud, that's prominent, that's strong, that's long lasting, that gives you a true feel of Middle Eastern fragrances, this is it, you guys. Absolutely a beautiful fragrance. I will say to you, it does have similar vibes to Oud Mood by Lancome and Chic Al Shayok by Lattafa. It definitely gives me similar vibes. The note structure is somewhat similar to Opulent Oud from Lattafa as well, but it still goes in a different direction because the patchouli is amped up a lot more in here. So, and the Opulent Oud is a little bit more dusty. It's a little more dusty and has more caramel and amber and those spicy, dusty, woody touches in it. Whereas this one, this is rose, pimento, saffron, and patchouli. Rose, pimento, saffron, and patchouli. And it's coming at the number 3 spot because when you talk about ouds, you have to get your hands on this. If you have an appreciation for oud, if you like ouds, if you are into that wall of ouds, you need to smell this fragrance, because this is raw Middle Eastern vibes, you guys. So this is Oud Mood by Lattafa. Coming in at the number 2 spot is none other than Oud Isfahan by Dior. And I feel like it came in at number 2 last year as well. This is the ouds of all ouds. Like, this is oud. Like, they just give you a little bit. For me, I get like slight citrusy elements, citrusy, spicy elements with oud and wood. They give you a little slight citrusy elements to make it, to not make it be too scary. But it smells like fire. It smells like citrusy, spicy, burning wood. This actually smells like the actual fire is still lit on the wood, in my opinion. It's powdery. It can come off a little bit masculine. Some people describe this fragrance as scary. It is interesting. It is exciting. I mean, a lot of people fear fire, but standing next to fire, it's just like, it's so alive. It's like enraging, in my opinion. But this oud fragrance is the spectacular ouds of all time. It's just a very respectable oud offering from Dior, in my opinion. So this is coming at the number 2 spot. Coming at the number 1 spot, the moment we've all been waiting for, is the ouds of all ouds, the oud of this year, like the most banging oud scent that I've come across for this year that drove me crazy when I smelt it, is Ombre Nomad by Louis Vuitton. Yeah, you guys, this is big money oud. This is not the young, flighty, unruly chic son. This is the chic's oldest son who is making sure that the money is going into the bank. That's that chic son, the serious one, who is making sure that we are getting all that money and all the business is being handled right. Okay, this is what Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomad is in the world of ouds. This is a fruity, spicy oud scent. Okay? Never mind, it comes in a black bottle, because I think that's what's scary about this scent. It has in some rose, some raspberry, incense, saffron, oud, and some geranium, and you get them. It's like they tried to make this fragrance. Louis Vuitton tried to give you loud, untamed oud, but he tried to make it very alluring and very appealing. So he gave you a lot of raspberries, a lot of rose, a lot of geranium. So it's a very fruity fragrance. It's a fruity fragrance with a very generous, loud, punchy, untamed dose of oud, and we are absolutely loving it, you guys. So obviously, True Oud by Carolina Herrera, it does have, I think it has some raspberry as well. That one is a fruity oud, but because we have the incense and those woody tones and birch inside of this one, it's not dense and it's not dark, but it's not an airy citrusy, dominantly just fruity scent. It's giving you a very compact fruity oud combination. Beautiful fragrance, compounded oud scent, in my opinion. But the combination, the notes that they've added to the oud has made it a very pleasing and somewhat easy to wear type of fragrance. They have made this oud scent quite mainstream, while keeping the oud untamed and not as refined as most of those Western brands, in my opinion. I love what Louis Vuitton has done with this fragrance. To be honest with you, to introduce such a loud, not really, I would say it's a little bit obnoxious, in my opinion. I think it's an obnoxious scent. I'm just mad that I didn't get much compliments wearing it the other day, but I definitely think it's an obnoxious scent. I think it's a scent that when you wear it, people next to you smell it, and it's loud, it's screechy, in my opinion. It's screechy, and for me, for Louis Vuitton, that type of top tier brand or niche brand, to bring oud mainstream, keeping it so untamed and punchy and making it so appealing and fun and easy to wear, I think this is quite impressive, you guys. This oud offering, this Ombre Nomad from Louis Vuitton, is a very, very impressive oud combination, you guys, in my humble opinion. So for me, this big boy right here, this brand spanking new money, big money scent, is coming at the number 1 spot, and it is expensive as well. It's expensive, but I love that Louis Vuitton did not play shy. He did not go skimpy. He did not try to scam us or whatever. You are paying for some good shit, you guys. So that brings us to the number 1 spot. This is the number 1 oud scent of 2022. Banging, bomb ass smelling fragrance. So there you have it, you guys. Finally, I am at the number 1 scent. I tried to make it quick. Unfortunately, I didn't give you a quick video, but I trust that you will enjoy this video as much as I did. If in fact you did, please do give me a very big thumbs up. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for supporting me, and see you guys in my very next video. Bye.